Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Bleach. That was in your blood war. That's right, my name is Mana, hello. We're in the middle of a siege. Last time in Bleach what happened, we got Komamuda fighting, I think her name was Vampira, and I also think she's dead. I'm not fully sure on that. My theory was that they just absorbed her Reiatsu, so they just like ate her. They cannibalized her in order to become stronger. I think the one that did it was named Gigi, which was just a creepy girl that has like some like strands of hair like that. But maybe it was just all of them, you know, her entire posse. But yeah, she got defeated by Komamura, who became a beast in a strong sense, but also in a literal sense. He attained the secret power of his clan, or whatever, the secret technique, which allowed him to essentially become immortal and also a hot man. And then he turned into a dog. He just turned into a dog, and then his lieutenant. And I'm sorry that I don't know his name, but I know him. I've seen him for a long time. I think he's cool. But it's the guy with the shades, and he just showed up and he was like, "Let's go, Captain." And he just like grabbed the dog, and then they left, and that was kind of cool. But that was like the main thing that happened. Then after that, we got a fight between the luchador Quincy versus Shuhei, Madarame, and Yumichika, and they seemed like they won, but then they didn't. And then Kensei and Rojuro showed up, and it seems like they're gonna fight him, and that's gonna be hype. I'm excited to see a 2-on-1 fight with two captains that we literally just never seen do anything. They tried to do something against Aizen that didn't do much, and I want to see their bankais maybe, so that'll be cool. We like literally never see any Rojuro, and I would like to do so because I think it's kind of cool. There was also a couple things that fell from the sky. My guess on that was that it was like Rukia and Renji. I thought it might be Byakuya as well, but that was 2. I didn't see 3, so I don't know what's up with that. And I was like, well, maybe Byakuya is gonna be useless, but no, we have a way to reclaim Bankai now, so he could actually be really useful now. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that was. And then the main blonde Quincy, I mean the main commander of this battle. Again, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. By the way, let me say, I actually wanted to buy Bleach manga. I've said while watching this 1000 Year Blood War reactions that I'm like, there's a lot of things that I want to go back and check to see if they fit into this new narrative that they're dumping on us. Like a bunch of just recontextualization that they're dropping on us here in 1000 Year Blood War. And I said I was gonna go and get the manga. Like I was like completely intending to do so. And then I looked it up, and we did have manga prints in our country by a local editorial. It was localized to Argentinian Spanish, but it's like whatever. I already read, like I already seen the story. I'm not fully, like I don't really need the English version. Because like the Argentinian Spanish is almost like a jokey version of Spanish. At least when you read it, that's what it comes across as. Because Argentinian Spanish is like way too casual, but it's what we have. But I was completely just down to get Bleach manga, and again, it's like a bajillion volumes. It's like 70 volumes. But I was like, you know, I'm gonna start collecting them. Apparently, they're out of print. And they're out of print because they're printing a new re-release of Bleach, which is like a remix version. And it's basically like 4 volumes into one big book. And they have 3 of them released right now. But that just only covers the first arc, the Substitute Shinigami arc. And I'm sitting here like, I don't want that and then have to wait until you finally are able to eventually get 2000 Year Blood. I'm like, no, I want to get the original volumes that they already released fully and have been around for years. And now that I'm checking them out, they're not around anymore. I'm like, God fucking damn. I want to have some kind of material that I can look at, and the information will sit better in my brain if I do so. Of course, I would never read ahead, but it's one of those things where like, I would like to compare what I'm watching with what I'm reading. That would be fun for me, but I can't do that, so that's a bummer. Like maybe between this and the next like batch of episodes, whenever that releases, maybe I'll be able to get my hands on some Bleach manga. But if they're out of print, then there's not much I can do, man. And yes, I know I could easily read Bleach manga if I want to online. I just want to have it in my hands though. This is just a different feeling. I want to have that. So, okay. Anyway, let us begin. So Patreon, check out the Patreon, link in the description below, pop up on the screen. You can support the channel and watch the next 2 episode reaction to Bleach Thousand Year Blood War already. Full length reactions as well if you're into that. Alright, let us begin. So Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, episode 18. Let's go. Okay, we're, 42% left, that's bad. Where the fuck is Genpachi?
全大使に告げる最新の地図を端末に送った敵の侵攻により地形に変動が起きている所属に関わらず最寄りの大社で合流し上官の指示を仰ぐんだ体制を立て直せよ
Okay, war. Man, Shinji did like one really cool thing and immediately just fucking got knocked out. I forget that the fucking Luchador man has like a hype man.
隊長か素晴らしい普段なら最高の相手だが隊長2人相手だよ
Yeah.
目立ちたいならなかなかいい相手だと思うけどねかかってこい心配すんな時間は取らせねえよ挽回
Okay, immediately into it. Whoa. Cool. What does it do? It just punches good. Metal arms. He's Jax from Mortal Kombat now. Rages at RAGES. He's so pissed at Shuhei. Ooh. I mean, technically, he kind of has armor. Okay. Okay, you punch explosions. Ooh. Okay, I see how it works. Okay, big hit. Is he out immediately? No, that would be too easy. Yeah, because the little guy is just gonna get him back up. Yeah. He'll keep getting back up as long as he has a hype man. Woo! It's superstar. Mask the Masculine. That's the name. What the fuck? Damn it, he's too powerful now. Do you have a star finger? Damn, that looks cool. He has like chainsaw for arms, but not an actual chainsaw. Doesn't do slash damage. Damn it! Rojiro, kill the little guy. Ooh. Okay, that looks bad. Hmm? Yeah. Thanks, Rojiro. But does he stay dead though? What the f- Bankai. That looks so sick though! What the fuck does it do? That looks awesome. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't think this is gonna work. That's what I'm concerned about. Don't explain how it works to him.
最後は君にふさわしい演目をアインハルダンレーベン耳を塞いだところで
Yep. Why did you tell him how it works? God damn it. Is he dead immediately? Yeah, he might be. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah. Well, god damn it. Like, Rodrigo looked too much like a bad guy while he was doing his bankai, so I was like, that doesn't look like the heroic victory. Can't say. Renji! Damn, okay. What the fuck is that pimp code? What is that drip?
Act 2だよ
Rukia. Hell yeah. What is these outfits? That was cool. I like that bankai. That's also what I was thinking about. The moment you see someone's bankai, you're like, alright, they can die now. Because now if they die, we won't have any doubts about what their potential would have been.
あいつは俺一人でやる
Ooh, confident. 2 captains couldn't do it. I can do it. I just went through a training arc in heaven. I'm cool. They're both confident. Well, James is dead now, so maybe. Right. Oh, he can always come back. I see how it works. He doesn't even have legs. Okay, so he gets refilled. Oh, that's how it is. Okay. There we go. Keep doing that. Slice his head vertically, so he won't be able to talk anymore. I'm a villain. I mean, hopefully they won't die, but I don't know. We're at the point where they could die. They showed up, they had like half a fight. That was it. Izane. Okay. We need you, girl. You're incredibly important right now. Renji? Yeah, okay. Yeah, fuck up his mask! Oh god damn it! Okay, so you can't just get rid of him. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, take off his mask. That's what I'm thinking. Just take off the mask. Got him. Okay, Renji. Okay. Renji doesn't seem bothered. Yeah, it's like a shitty fighting game. Get his ass, Renji. Throwing a star in the air. Like, he's doing so much cool shit. This guy shouldn't be this cool. Oh, that's... He's gonna destroy them as well. Now, who's the real villain? Well then, you're gonna die, so. Renji's like, well, you just killed them, and I can kill you, so that takes care of the 2. Okay, cool. Yeah! Wait, is that different? That's different. Wait? So you never actually achieved Bankai? Okay. Full name? Okay. That looks so cool. That looks really cool. Get his ass. Ooh, Orochiu. Eat him. did he like? Yeah, he literally just disintegrated him into ash.
燃え尽きたスーパースター
Oh.
ジェームズが死んだか。帰ってくるがいい。
Yeah, they're absorbing. They absorb. Oh, god damn it. That's gonna be interesting. If, like.
これは
ユーハバッハ陛下は御神なさった。御神を妨げることはまかりならぬ。いや、陛下はすべてのクイーンシー
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, we're gonna defeat all the Storm Ridders, and then Yahabaka is just gonna be the most powerful one. Because, like, he ate all of them.
お前には話しておいてもいいだろう。
Yeah, they're not gonna tell us today. Wait until next week, maybe.
生きることと生かされることに違いはない。死ぬことと殺されることに違いがないように。
The White Haze. Prediction. Next episode is gonna be Rukia versus the creepy guy. Because that is being teased in the OP. And I think that was the creepy guy. I forgot his letter. I think it was like Q or something. The guy that fucked Byakuya up. That guy. Is gonna be Rukia against him. Again, why would you explain your opponent what your ability does? And I know that they're really explaining to the audience. Like, they're expositing to the audience, like, hey, this is gonna be like literally the only time you ever see my Bankai. So it's gonna look cool, and I'm gonna tell you what it does, so you can like fill up the wiki entry for it. But it's not gonna do anything actually, because this is Range's fight. So that's kind of what that was to me. But that's fine, because like, I'm a JoJo fan. Like, every fight in JoJo is just people expositing to you what they can do, and then there is some kind of like solution that they come up in order to fix that. And I suppose that's kind of what happened here. Kind of. But this is one of those things where like Brojudo says this is what it does, and I'm like, don't tell him that, because he's gonna be able to like do something in order to stop the music. And then he does exactly that. He just bursts his eardrum, so it's like, well, I can't listen anymore. Anyway, he shoots like an energy beam at him, and that just fucks Roger up. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, every time I'm reminded to like the Ison fight where Shinji just says like, my Zanpakuto Sakanade inverts everything, and it's like, well, all Ison has to do is that instead of going forward, he has to go backwards. Like, that is something that it is difficult to adjust. Like, if you ever played like a video game where you have inverted controls, like, that is difficult to rewire your brain into adjusting, but you can do it because you understand how it works. So now that you understand how it works, now you can there is a counterplay. So why would you just tell this guy, hey, my music is what does this? Because, like, to be fair, he was on the right track, the luchador man. I don't know his fucking name. Mas de Masculine, I remember. S for Superstar. So Mr. Mask here, I think James was the actual Stern Ritter, because Yahabaka goes, you did good, James. So it's like, okay, maybe what it is, I mean, both of them are the same person, right? I guess. I don't know how it works. It doesn't fucking matter. But I like to think that maybe James was like the little wimpy fan. That was like his past self. And the luchador is what he grows up to be, because that's what he wants to become. Like, he dreams big. He dreams of being a superstar or something like that. I don't know. I'm applying characterization where there is none. But that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, so Mask here, this man, he was already on the right track, because he was like, oh, this is an illusion. It can't be true. There's no way a Zanpakuto can control fire and ice at the same time. And I'm like, is that a rule we are established? Is that like, I feel like maybe you could. I mean, now that they said it, it's not gonna happen, but I feel like maybe you could. Zanpakuto can do some weird shit, man. Like, explain to me why Kyoraku's fucking swords are able to... It's like, well, he can make it so anytime anyone is in the high ground, they always win the encounter. And also, you can jump into shadows and teleport into other shadows. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But, like, sure. It's one of those things where, like, I've never established this rule for Sampactus before, but it seems like Mr. Mask is very confident that this is a rule that is established, and maybe it has been. I just forgot about it, but like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like Sampactus have like any kind of elemental power or something like that, so I don't know. The point is, he was already on the right track, so maybe he would have figured it out anyway, but why did Roger just tell him? Roger was just, I mean, okay, this is what Roger told him. He is a showman. He's an artist. He's here to exposit. Yes, this is my concerto. This is how it works. Like, he's performing. And because he's performing, he has to let him know what it does. Because he needs to be able to appreciate it. And then he burst out his eardrums and then he fucked them up. So, okay. I do have to say, though, I like Mask, the masculine, and James, and how the power works, because before this episode I was thinking like, what the fuck does he do? He's just a luchador, man. Even the previous times we saw him, I'm like, okay, he's a Stone Ritter, like he's a proper boss, but he doesn't look like one. So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, what's his deal? Because he certainly has a unique design, he certainly has a unique theme, but he seems like a comic relief character, but I don't know if he's gonna be. So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, what is he gonna do and how is it gonna work? Because even in terms of fighting, what can you give me that will be even somewhat original, instead of it just being like, I'm a wrestling man, I wrestle, right? Like I just jump and kick at you, which is kind of where Kensei was coming from at the very beginning of the episode, because Kensei fought him. Oh, this fucking guy, you lost to this guy? But then it's like, no, that's not his power. His power is not just like, hey, I'm a luchador. His power is, he has a fan, he has a hype man, and then the fan goes like, please get up, and then he gets up. Not only that, you can see that he has, Tide Kubo loves video games, and the only reason I'm saying this is because the other day I was talking about Bleach with a friend of mine, a friend who was into Bleach at the same time that I was into Bleach. Like when we were like 13, 14, we were both into Bleach, and we used to talk about that shit, and we used to play games together. He hasn't watched 1000 Year Blood War yet. I tried to convince him to do so because this is fun, but we were talking about it, and we were talking about how Tide Kubo one time made like a list of every character's like favorite like songs, and some of them are really weird ass pulls, but like I remember I saw this and I was like, what the fuck even? And it was like, there was a character that just had like a Soul Calibur 2 theme song, and that was their favorite song, and I'm just sitting here like, what? Like, what? Like, okay, I am someone that enjoys video game soundtrack. I enjoy video game OST. They are actually a genuine form of music that you can appreciate and enjoy, and I think they should get more recognition from mainstream sources. I appreciate that Kubo was like, yeah, Soul Calibur 2, man, that shit fucks. Also, as a side note, my favorite video game soundtrack of all time is Hades. Go listen to the soundtrack for Hades. Go listen to Scourge of the Furies. It's a pretty good one. I like that song a lot. Alternatively, go listen to God of the Dead. That's incredible. Hades has some banger songs. And the reason why I'm mentioning video games is because the way Mask works is that you see it very clearly. He has like a star on his forehead, part of the mask. When James comes back up, when Renji shows up, James goes like, yeah, you can do it, you're a superstar. And then you see the star fill up. It's like a video game meter. It reminds you of fucking, God, it reminds you of Rumbleverse. Rumbleverse is a game that actually lived for like half a year and then it died. It was a free-to-play battle royale video game developed by some cool people from like the fighting game community. Like they know how to make that shit work. And it was a wrestling battle royale. Like, you know, your Fortnites and shit. I was never about that. Like, I play them and they're kind of fun, but ultimately shooting against other people, not my thing. I actually prefer fighting, melee. So when they came up with Rumbleverse, it was actually really fun because you like went to people and you could do like a combo and then you push them and knock them into a wall and then you can follow up the combo. And it's like this very specific, I'm getting super sidetracked. The point is, Rumbleverse had a super meter that was a superstar meter. and the superstar meter filled up, and then you could like get powered up and do like a super special move where you just destroyed someone. You literally just like grab them and then you went into the air and just fucking dunked them into the floor, and it would deal so much fucking damage, and it was really cool. But like, he literally has the Rumbleverse superstar meter. He just straight up has it. Mask the Masculine just straight up is a Rumbleverse character, but in Bleach. Which now makes me think, because Rumbleverse came out like 2 years, a year and a half ago, and they died. So it's like, it's one of those things where like, now I'm thinking that like, the developers for Rumbleverse, maybe they just straight up read 1,000 Year Blood War, and they were like, this is a cool idea. And they just straight up brought Mask the Masculine and made a video game based off of him, because like that's kind of how it works. He has a superstar meter in the show. It's so video gamey. Someone cheers for him and calls him a superstar, and he powers up. It's like great. That's a very interesting mechanic. Like, I actually really like that a lot, because like, it would have been kind of boring if it was just some dude who like punched and kicked good, and it's like, and he was like a showman. But no, he's a showman and he has a fan, and the fan powers him up. The fan makes the star, and it's cool because like, I mean, of course it had to end this way because it's poetic. Is that he does this like immense like star like power that he just like shoots into the ground, and it hits Renji, but it also just fucking disintegrates James, every James, because there's multiple James at this point. They're like minions, but like, it disintegrates the James, and it looks like the James were like, what? Like they didn't understand why he was attacking them. And Mask just says like, James, don't worry, you and me are one, and as long as I am alive, the fans will keep appearing. But it's one of those things where it's like, the fans make the star, and he killed the fans, and he was like, well, whatever, I can always make more, you know? But that was the moment that that's the turn. That's the moment that you realize, like, okay, he's not acting like a star anymore. He's just acting like a douchebag. Like, he's no longer the hero of the story. He's a villain. He's completely heartless. He doesn't care about his fans anymore. He's like, well, fuck it. I don't care if they die. I can always just get more. So it's like, at that point, you know his fate is sealed. At that point, it's like with Roger earlier when he was doing his Bankai. That looked really fucking cool. But the way he was doing his Bankai, the way the camera was focusing on him and the way they were drawing him, it was just like, he was like having too much fun. He was like, yes! And it's like, okay, now he looks like a villain, so I don't think this is going to work. I think he's going to lose. And then he did. Then when you see Mask the Masculine, he's doing the same shit. Now, later, when Master Masculine fucking disintegrates James, and he's like, well, whatever, I can always just make more. I'm like, well, this is when you die. Like, this is it. Now that you've shown your true self, now that the fame has gotten to your head, now you can die. And it will be fitting. So, that happens. Renji has a new Bankai, which I guess was his true Bankai, which I guess is a Bankai. Yeah, because Hihio Savimaru was his Bankai, quote unquote. It wasn't. I mean, I guess it sort of makes sense, because the reason why I'm saying makes sense, even though it doesn't, is because when I'm thinking about like Sanpaktos and Shikansai Bankais, I'm like, well, why is there only like 2 specific forms? Like, wouldn't it be more like a progress? And the answer is apparently yes. It is explained to us here that Hihio Savimaru was actually a fake name. It wasn't the real true power of Savimaru. And the way I see it, I mean, maybe this is just like a new stage of evolution beyond a Bankai, but I think more than what it is, because they said it's a fake name, it's like, no, this is the actual Bankai. What you saw before wasn't a real Bankai. It was just like a middle step in between the 2 major steps. Like, Renji trained enough that Savimaru was like, you know what? Okay, you can do this now. And Renji was like, oh, sick, my sword transform. This is my Bankai. And then it's like, well, not really. It's just like another step, but you still have a ways to go before you can actually get to the real Bankai, which is what this is. That is my assumption, okay? That is how I see it. I could be proven wrong, but this is what I think. And I like it because, okay, before it was just like a snake sword, kind of. Now it's a sword, but he has like a cool snake arm. And I guess it comes on the other way as well. It's just a cool outfit, really. I guess what it is that if that sword stabs you, it can do this cool move where a flame snake just fucking appears and disintegrates you, turns you to ash. You know what? Sure. I don't know what else you could do with this whole Savimaru. I don't know what you could do with that other than that, but you know what? That's fine. That's kind of like I mean, it's interesting because it's a different idea behind how Savimaru works. Because Savimaru is a ranged weapon, kind of. It's a ranged sword. It's a whip sword. And Hihyo Savimaru was the same, but like longer and bigger. But now this is like, it looks like this would be Soifon's Bankai. You know, like this is a weapon that you have to stab someone with, and then they get disintegrated to ash. I mean, maybe it's just like one special move, but this is what you see in the episode that gets revealed. So it's like, well, I don't know what else it could do. Anyway, Tite Kubo was just like, man, I'm just gonna give Renju and Rukia a drip. And I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah. I'm excited to see what Rukia is gonna do next episode. I'm thinking she might Bankai. Because yes, she has to at this point. She hasn't Bankai'd before. She only has Soden no Shirayuki and different dances. I'm thinking she's gonna Bankai. She has to. She's been training in heaven. She's gonna fight the creepy man, and she's gonna Bankai and gonna fucking destroy him, and it's gonna be sick. I'm excited to see that. Next week we might get Rukia Bankai. That's good, because like we haven't gotten much Rukia. All thoughts on your Blood War, really. Like I want to see more Rukia. I want to get a Rukia episode next week, so that's gonna be hype. I'm gonna be happy for that. All right, quick thing. Let me just say that I am a big fan of Kensei and Rojudo's Bankais. Mostly Rojudo's, but Kensei was cool as well. Like, Kensei, it was like a jackhammer, really. He turned his arms into jackhammers. Like, he explains that he can usually, like, punch and create explosions. Now he makes the explosions in the... There's essentially an explosion happening in his fist. So when he punches you, as long as he's in contact with you, you're suffering the damage of explosions on your skin. Not so much in like a destructive way, but more in like the impact of an explosion is happening on my fist. Constantly. It's kind of like a chainsaw or a jackhammer, but I mean like a chainsaw, but it doesn't do slash damage, it deals bludgeoning damage, you know? So that's really cool. And Rojudo's Bankai, I don't fucking know what it's doing. I don't know how it works. It's sound-based, and I think maybe there's illusions that happen when you listen to the sound. And beyond that, I don't fucking know. I don't know what illusions he could do. I don't know if the illusions cause any real damage. I don't fucking know how it works. But it looks really cool. I'll tell you what, it looked real cool. I actually want to see what that looks like in the manga. I bet you it looks awesome in the manga. But it also looked awesome here. And the reason why it looked awesome is because once again, they use 3D models. And 3D models can look very jarring and weird and just not cool sometimes in animation, but I think you should use it in the right places for the intended effect. And 3D looks jarring. It does. It just looks off-putting. It looks like, oh, this is otherworldly. And that's exactly why it looks cool here. Because he's using his Bankai and a bunch of like mannequin dancers show up, and I'm like, ooh, what the fuck is happening? There's like a giant hands playing in the background. I'm like, that looks so fucking sick, cool, kind of creepy. I love it. I hope we get to see it again. We're probably not gonna. I think that was Rojudo's one moment he will get in the entire show, but it looks sick. I liked it. It was a good Bankai. That was a good fight because I actually do like the power system that they give for Masked Masculine. As a character, I wasn't sure at first, but now that you actually like see how it works, is really fucking cool. I really like that. Oh, and yeah, Quincy's eat other Quincy's, and the Yahabaha went to bed. I don't fucking know what that means. We didn't get any Ichigo updates today. I was fully expecting to get Ichigo updates at the end, but we didn't. We'll see next week. Ichigo has been gone for like 5 episodes now. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Bleach. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time. And alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction to Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the description below. Social media, also cool stuff that I do. See you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye bye.